Now, before we proceed further in this course and work on updating and deleting a course, let's first go ahead and let's add validation error handling in our reactive form. So if we go to our application and in here, if I try to create a new course and here let's say for the title I provide test which is of 4 characters and we have specified a validation that this title is required and it should be minimum of 6 characters. Right, but here I'm specifying a title of 4 characters. So here a validation error will happen. Let's also go ahead and let's specify some description. And here I'm not going to specify any author. Let's specify the price as 29.99 and also remember that this author is a required field. Now if I go ahead and if I click on this create course button, you will see nothing is happening. Right, and we are not seeing any error message also. We know that we have an error in this field because here we have specified only 4 characters, but the minimum number of fields required for title is 6 characters. Then for the author, it is also a required field, but since we have not specified any author here also we will have a validation error. But since we are not showing the validation error messages in this form, the user will not come to know what is going wrong. And that's why in this lecture, we are also going to add some validation error messages in this form whenever a validation error will happen. For that, let's go to VS Code. And for now, let me close this costate.ts file, this selector file and this reducer file. And in the add course component.ts file, I'm going to create a new method and I'm going to call it as show title validation errors. Okay, and in the same way, we will also create methods for showing the validation error for description, author, price, etc. Now inside this function, first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to get access to this title field. And for that, here I'm going to create a variable. I'll call it as title control. And to get access to the title form control on the course form, we're going to use get method, and to that we are going to pass the property name of the field to which we want to get control. Here I want to get control to the title field, to the title form control. So this is going to return us that title form control. We are assigning it inside this title control variable. Now we are going to check if that title form control, if it is touched and if it is not valid. So for that again we can say title control dot valid, and on that I'm going to use this not operator. So if the title form control is touched and if it is not valid, that means some validation error has happened. So now we are going to check which type of validation error has happened, and based on that we are going to display the error message. So here we are going to check if title control dot, and whenever a validation error will happen, an errors object will be returned and it will have the type of error which has happened. So if let's say if the required error has happened, that means in the title field the user has not entered any title, and here we have an error and it says that property required comes from an index signature, so it must be accessed with required. So here it simply means that here we need to use square bracket notation in order to access this property, and we need to pass this property name, this validation error name, as a string value. Okay, so if the required error has happened, in that case we want to return an error message saying that title is a required field. Okay, then other type of error which can happen is we also have specified the min length and max length on the title field. So here we are going to check if title control dot errors dot min length, and again we need to use the square bracket notation here, and we need to pass this validation error as a string value, and here let's also check for max length. So here I'll also use the or operator and I'll copy this and let's pass it as the second condition, and here we'll check if max length error has occurred. In that case also we want to send the same error message. So here I'm going to return an error message saying that title must be between 6 to 100 characters. Okay, and here also let's use a dot. Otherwise, if no validation error has occurred, in that case, we will simply return empty string. Let's save the changes and let's quickly validate it. So I'm going to call this function in our view template. So let's go to add course component.html. There, here we have the title field. We are writing it inside a div. Outside of that div, I'm going to create another div, and there I'm going to use string interpolation syntax, and within here I'm going to call showTitleValidationErrors method. Let's save the changes. Let's go to our application now, and here let's say I touch this title and I don't enter anything. In that case, you can see we have this validation error message. Title is a required field. Now let's say I enter title test, and if I click outside, it should also give us that error message saying that title should be minimum of 6 to 100 characters. So it might be because of this condition. So what I'll also do is I'll write another if statement, and I'm going to check for this condition in that if statement. Okay, and here I'll say title must be at least 6 characters. Okay, and let me copy this validation error message, and here I'll say title cannot be more than 100 characters. Let's save the changes. Let's go back to our application. Let's open the form, and here if I type test and if I click outside, we still do not have the error message. Let's go back to VS Code and let's go to our form control. So here you see for the title, I'm specifying the minimum length as 6 characters. So we should have a validation error at this line, but for some reason, it is not showing that validation error message. So let's check what is the problem here. And the error might be because of this length. So L should be in lowercase here. And in case of max length also, L should be in lowercase. So maybe that's why it was not working. So let's see if now it is working. So here I'll enter test again. And if I click outside, now we have the validation error message. So there was a spelling mistake. It should have been lowercase l in the min length and max length. All right, so the validation error is working. Now I'll do one more thing. Let's go to our course component.html, and on this div where we are showing the validation error, let's add a class, and here let's say validation error. So this is the CSS class name. Let's go ahead and let's define some style for the CSS class in add course component.css. So I'll scroll down to the bottom, and in here let's specify the font size first. So let's say font size should be 14 pixel. Then let's also specify margin. So I'll specify margin top, and let's say margin top is 5 pixel, and margin bottom is 10 pixel. Then let's also specify the color, and for the color I'm going to specify red. Let's save the changes. Let's go back to our form, and here if I touch it and click outside, here you can see we have this error message, title is required field. If I enter, let's say test, and then click outside, so it says title must be at least 6 characters, and if we specify more than 100 characters, then at that time also we will get a validation error. Now what I want to do is I want to add same type of validation for description and author. Now remember that price is not a required field, neither we have any validation on this price, and for the image also we have not specified any validation. So let's go back to VS Code. Let me close this file, and let's go to add quotes component.ts. Just like how we have created this function for title validator, let's also create it for description validator. Okay, and here the field name is description. Here I'm going to call the control as description control. And now I'm going to use this description control everywhere where we are using title control. And here we will say description is a required field. Here, let me copy this description and let's replace this title with description. And here also, let's replace the title with description. And here, the maximum character is 5000. And here, the minimum character is 10 characters. And above also, let's give a space between title and this word cannot. Let's save the changes. Let's copy this method name. Let's go back to add course component.html. And here we have the description field. So again, I'll copy this div first. And here, let's paste it. And in here, we are going to call show description validator errors. All right, let's quickly test this as well. Let's open the form. Here, I'll specify a title. And here, let's specify a description. So first of all, if I don't specify any description, we get this error, description is required field. If I enter some description, let's say test DESC, here it is not equal to 10 characters. If I click outside, we have this error message, description must be at least 100 characters. Then this author is also a required field. So for that also, let's go ahead and let's add validation. Now, if I go to add course component.ts and if I scroll up, you will see that when we were adding the validation, for title, we added required, min length and max length. And for the description also, we specified required, min length and max length. But for the author, we have only one validator, which is required. So we are only going to check for this validator. So let me scroll down. Let me copy this method. Let's paste it here. And here I'm going to call it as show author validation errors. Okay, and here the field name is author. Here let's also call this variable as author control. Okay, and here we are not going to check for these two conditions because on the author field we do not have any min length and max length. So I'll remove those two if statements. And here we are going to check for author control. Here also author control and here also author control. Okay, and here we will say author is a required field. Now let's go back to view template. Let's again copy this div. And what I'll also do is I'll add a space to separate it from author field. And here after this div, let me add that div which we have copied. And here we are going to call show author validation errors. So here, let me first save this file. And here, let's call show author validation errors. Okay, now let's go back to our form one more time. And here, let me enter a title. Let's enter a description. Okay, and here, if I don't enter an author and if I click outside, you see it says author is required field. But if I enter an author, we will not have that error. So in this way, we have added validation for title, description, and author. And now, whenever we will not enter any valid value in these fields, we will know about those validation errors right away. So this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. Now, if you want to learn more about handling validation errors in a reactive form, then I have a complete Angular course where I have a separate section on reactive forms. So you can go through that section to learn about reactive forms and how to do validation on a reactive form. I have covered reactive form in great detail in my Angular 16 course on YouTube. and that course is completely free. So if you want to learn Angular 16 or if you want to learn reactive form in detail, you can check out that course. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.